Washington State Athletics finds itself at a transformational moment in time, and we felt that Quisenberry brought the type of ideas, the concepts that would allow us to fulfill our dreams and really transform our program into a sustainable Pac-12 athletic program. We were looking for a teammate. We are in athletics, we use the word a lot. We were not looking for a vendor. We were looking for somebody to be part of our team, collaborate with us, and help us implement it. It's just like hiring a new position. There's a lot of people that are qualified that has to come down to fit, and Quisenberry showed the personality and the professional expertise to be a great fit for Washington State Athletics. Obviously, the buzzword with an ad agency would be creative. I think Quisenberry has shown creativity and their ability to apply their creative thought to our culture and our objectives. We find ourselves with the largest member base in the history of our athletic program. Our season ticket sales are approaching records as well. The Quisenberry team helped us capture that market beyond the game. We all know it was a record spring football attendance for our athletic program and our football team. But we really owned Spokane that week through multiple avenues, traditional media, non-traditional media, as well as on the street.
We started working with Quisenberry Marketing on a project to launch a new company, which at the time was Auction Pipeline. It is a national company, and so even though we were working locally, our scope was broad across the country. And so that's how it kind of started. And from there, as I mentioned, the other companies that I'm fortunate enough to support, we've had things to do where we needed Quisenberry's help in each of those areas and have never been disappointed. It was an easy choice for us. We looked around and studied the market and found that Quisenberry was a good choice. Quisenberry's focus, when we started working with Auction Pipeline, the startup company, was not so much about creating the award-winning ad as it was knowing our business, understanding our customer, and then supporting us with an entire strategy for our brand and for our success long term. And from that, let's do some award-winning ads. We were so thankful for that kind of a partnership that it just seemed natural from Auction Pipeline to expand the relationship into other areas too. And Auction Pipeline did start in 2006, and within a year we had a very well-known brand from coast to coast, and Quisenberry really did a great job for us in that. Very recently with Auction Edge, I was wowed by Quisenberry. The very first comp that they put in front of us hit it. It was perfect, right on the nose. They have totally exceeded my expectations there. Whether it's, lugging a trade show booth with me to Las Vegas and spending hours and hours assembling and disassembling it after the show and working the show with me, or creating that brand campaign, or their media placement team is excellent as far as researching the media that we need to be in and making recommendations and working with our budget. I mean, they've really exceeded expectations in many areas. They ask really good questions. I don't think about Quisenberry as being our vendor anymore. I mean, I haven't for years. They're one of us. Their culture is very much reflective of ours, and it's just been a really good partnership. And I would recommend them, to anyone that is looking for that.
My name's Chet Wendell, and I have my experience goes back to the automotive days, and spent 20-some years in the car business. And I came across Quisenberry Marketing during that time when we were looking for, we were lost amongst the competitors out there. The thing with Quisenberry, they got us. We didn't get them. They went out there and they figured out who we were about, and they just got it. Flat out got us. Went out there, created a campaign that gave us our identity back, and put it on steroids almost. We broke through the clutter. I feel, by far and away, had a brand that was one that you had on the shopping list every time because of the marketing. And Mr. Wendell, that was the core of who we were and the brand we were portraying to be. We went back to Quisenberry because they had been up once to the plate and hit it out of the park, and we figured, okay, it's time again, and let's see what they can do. And they put together helped us with the logo and some brand some branding of our shopping center and did a launch, and it was very successful, and it was fun, and it's a whole different business model from the car business, obviously. But once again, they got it. They went out there and they figured out what the demographics were, who's going to be coming into the shopping center, and that's what they catered the campaign towards. Then round 3, back up the plate again, and my partner and I opened up a little frozen yogurt and cupcake shop, and there was no other options, right back to Quisenberry. Once again, this time I think it was a grand slam. They got up and hit it out of the park again. We've been called several times about the logo. People wanting to know about the logo, where it came from. They automatically think it's a franchise and it's a national chain. And I think the thing that Quisenberry does that the other agencies I've dealt with in the past didn't do is they didn't skip any steps. They started with step 1, and that's getting to know who we're trying to go after. And they want to get in their minds. They want to get to understand what makes them tick, what motivates them, what'll bring them in, and then they can go to step 2 from there. And once they know who we're going after, they can use their creativity at that point in time to make that message effective. Mr. Wendell was a campaign that really created a feeling of who we were, and we were able to use and blend in past clients, and testimonials. We were able to brand our service department in a Mr. Wendell type of way. It busted right through that clutter, and anytime it got to a point where when a spot came on, people were, shh, be quiet, let's listen, and because they wanted to see what was next, and it just really it took our personality and put it right out there. They get it. That's just what happened, Flora. They get it. They just get it. Quisenberry gets it. And every Tuesday we had a marketing meeting, and there was always an agenda item where, what are we missing? And Quisenberry usually had something. Maybe it was a loyalty card that they didn't have anything to do with. It wasn't their message. It wasn't their marketing. It wasn't going on TV. It was something that would make us better. And so they brought a lot to the plate in regards to how we could be better, and it wasn't all about marketing. The biggest thing was the results was long term, and it was the brand, it was the message, and it was being identified as the place to be because of the marketing. Jeff, wished I could see you in person, but I hope you make a great, smart decision, and wish you the best.